Dear viewers, welcome again to Yoleno TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. And once again, I'd like to say thank you so much for those who've been supporting our channel. Now, what do you know about WAHOME THUKU? Well, WAHOME THUKU is a renowned lawyer and social media influencer. So the reason why I've decided to bring in WAHOME THUKU in this analysis is because of a warning that he issued to the President of the Republic of Kenya, that is Dr. William Samoei Ruto. Now, soon after JLAC, that is the Justice Legal Committee, completed its task of interrogating the IEBC commissioners, though we know that that process was not successful, and consequently presented their report to the Parliament. The recommendation was that the four commissioners be suspended and a tribunal be formed. So William Samoei Ruto formed that tribunal. So soon after that tribunal was formed, the Commissioner NYANG'AYA, that is one of the commissioners, one of the four commissioners, decided to resign. And in his statement, this is what NYANG'AYA said: "It is with a heavy heart that I tender my resignation as a commissioner of the Independent and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, effective today." That was what NYANG'AYA wrote in his resignation letter. What WAHOME THUKU said after those comment or after that resignation letter was that he said something. Someone said, if there will be demos soon, they will be attended, not because RAILA will have called for them, but because people will want to vent. I may not participate, but don't underestimate RAILA's mobilization. The reason why I have brought in WAHOME THUKU in this analysis is because of something, a very important comment that WAHOME THUKU made, and this comment is one thing that Dr. William Samoei Ruto should take into considerations without ignoring it. But before we get deep into that, please take a moment and subscribe to Yoleno TV. So WAHOME believes that the president is doing exactly what Raila Amolo Odinga wants him to do. Raila Amolo Odinga wants the president to make that blunder, that move that he's making, the move of initiating a tribunal that will at the end of the day just dismiss this, offer recommendations that is dismissing the Cherera force. Because according to what most analysts think is that the decision is already predetermined, and that tribunal is just a way to make sure that the president conforms with the law, so that nobody rushes to the court to say that these four commissioners were removed illegally. So the formulation of that committee took place. The tribunal has been formed. Now the next thing is to these four commissioners their issues to be addressed, and then a recommendation which, according to what many people believe, is that the decision or the verdict has already been predetermined. That is, if William Samoei Ruto's comments that he has previously unleashed to the public is anything to go by, if thus what he said in the public is anything to go by, then I think the fate of these remaining three commissioners is already determined. That means that here at Yoleno, we believe that Dr. William Ruto's actions make him get into Raila's snare. You know, now William Samoei Ruto is going to lose focus because of this pressure that Raila Amolo Odinga is going to pile on the government. And I think he has already begun piling this pressure on the government. Mind you, these consultative meetings that Raila Amolo Odinga intends to initiate at the Kamukunji grounds will roll out to other parts of the country, and this will mean that hizi bunge za mtaani will be empowered. They will always discuss about what the government is doing, what the government ought to have done, the things the government promised that they will do and they're not doing, like the case of the Hustlers Fund, what they promised they would do and they're not doing. So this bunge la mtaani itakuwa ni bunge ambalo liko very much empowered to a level that the president will have to listen to what the people will be saying. I think this is a very, very calculated strategy, a strategy that if well rolled out, then the government in place will have to reach out to Raila Amolo Odinga and sit down with Raila Amolo Odinga so that they can formulate ways of forging alliance, or maybe ways of making sure that what was promised to the people of the Republic of Kenya are all of them delivered. Mind you, one of the pressure that William Samoei Ruto has been facing is trying to quell or trying to put his cabinet in order, because the recent, like the past 1 week, the cabinet has been thrown into confusion, and it was evident that most of these CSS did not know or did not understand their roles. That is why you found that sometimes Moses Kuria was stepping into Mithika Linturi's dockets. You know, the directives which are Mithika Linturi is the one who was supposed to issue. Most of the time, Moses Kuria found himself issuing. Like, you know, Moses Kuria being a trade CS, he wasn't supposed to talk about maize and the like. Maybe the importations, maybe Mithika Linturi was the one who was supposed to provide statistics on what is needed for the maize to be brought into Kenya, the quantity to be brought in. The statistics were supposed to come from Mithika Linturi's docket. Kuria yeye pati yake ingekuwa tu sasa to perform hiyo importation, hiyo biashara and the like. So Moses Kuria found himself stepping into his colleagues' mandate, his colleagues' docket. That was one of the things that the president had to contend with. So, like I said in my previous analysis, even Aisha Juma alijikuta anaingilia mahali kwa home internal affairs, sio jukumu lake. So, William Samoei Ruto is already feeling pressure of, you know, dealing with maybe, you know, what people think of an incompetent cabinet. So, William Samoei Ruto has to contend with that, because, you know, most of those people in the cabinet were those who are William Ruto's diehards, the ones who were rewarded because they fought for William Samoei Ruto. Talk about Aisha Juma, talk about Kuria, and there are a host of other CSS within that cabinet. The other thing that William Samoei Ruto will have to contend with is this growing pressure. And mind you, it was evident that, first of all, Raila Amolo Odinga did not intend to pile this kind of pressure. But you always heard what Rigathi Gachagua said, and that's what has led Raila Amolo Odinga to do what he's doing. The series of mikutanos, series of mandamanos, series of all those utterances that we've heard from Raila Amolo Odinga are as a result of what Rigathi Gachagua kept saying. Now Raila Amolo Odinga is doing exactly what the Kenya Kwanza government wanted him to do. So William Samoei Ruto will have to contend with that, and also we will have to contend with the manifestos that maybe he'll not deliver. So all those manifestos also are things that William Samoei Ruto have to contend with. Then the people have high expectations of the government. Now, if he delivers short of what is expected, then definitely it is not going to work. So that is why WAHOME THUKU said that William Samoei Ruto is doing exactly what Raila Amolo Odinga wanted him to do, and that trap is working in favor of Raila Amolo Odinga, because already these mistakes that William Samoei Ruto is finding himself doing is exactly what Raila Amolo Odinga wants William Samoei Ruto to do. Raila Amolo Odinga wants William Samoei Ruto to feel the pressure. That is why Jana uliona he had to tour, you know, he had to go to the street to defend himself against the people. I think it was Limuru, if I'm not wrong. He even asked the people wamvumilie kiasi, wamvumilie mpaka aorganize serikali yake ili yale ahadi aliyosema atimize. So that means William Samoei Ruto is already feeling that pressure. Kindly share what your thoughts are below the comment section there. Do you think Raila Amolo Odinga will succeed in his quest to put the government on check? Personally, here at Yolena, I think the Raila Odinga is going to succeed. I have to take sides on that because I've already seen the president feeling that pressure. What that small event that he had to organize, the stopover at I think Limuru, already symbolized that that the president was feeling some kind of pressure from the opposition leader. So, ladies and gentlemen, kindly give us a like, you can hit the notification bell, but don't forget to also subscribe. And once again, I'd like to say thank you so much for staying with this channel. Until we meet again for another analysis, may you stay blessed and stay safe.